Hi y'all, it's Latrice with Purposefully Living. So listen, this is a different type video. I've been saying I was going to do this video, and so you know what? I will be very honest to you that will follow me. This will be very unscripted. Most of my videos are, but I do put some thought in there. But this is really me just listening to Holy Spirit and coming on to encourage you. And so this is, listen, video one of many. Homeschool Chronicles. But I actually want to call this Jewels for the Journey Homeschool Edition. All right, so Jewels for the Journey Homeschool Edition. So here's what I want to say. Most of you know, obviously, I homeschool. And so today's topic is never say never. Never say never. So I want to talk and speak to the mom that clicked on this to go, what's she saying? Because I am never doing this. I'm speaking to my future homeschool moms, and you might be like, girl, let me in right now. Don't do it. Don't hit that button. Seriously though, I just have a little piece of encouragement for you. I think back on my homeschool journey. I have been homeschooling now full time, and I say full time because I started COVID, and I'm gonna go over that a little bit, but on my own curriculum for 2.5 years. I can't believe it. But my journey started, and here comes my child. So welcome to the raw footage, because I said this is unscripted. So here comes my beautiful Olivia, and I don't know what's going to come out of her mouth. So yes, ma'am.
I can't do my circle by myself.
You can just kick. Let Langston kick with you because I'm doing a video, okay? So what I want to say to you, can you kick with her real quick? Okay. So what, like I told you, unscripted. But here's what I want to say. So my journey began about 4 years ago. I was working in corporate America. Many of you, if you follow Mindset Monday or you pay attention to my YouTube channel, you know that I love the Lord with all my heart. Purposefully Living was birthed out of my miracle daughter and my situation. We had a rare pregnancy, and God saw us through. That's the short version, right? But I always say, until you almost lose your life, you live your life different. And it doesn't take that for everything, but I will say that was my big moment. I just remember in the aftermath of, like, okay, you would think it would be the happiest moment. We made it. My daughter is alive. I'm alive. But I remember just crying a lot. And it probably was a little bit of postpartum, but also I think when you go through one of the biggest fights of your life, I was really fighting against some medical giants. I was fighting against doctors who just was adamant about me aborting her life. And so I think when you're in a fight, right, it's not almost until the after the fight, you're sitting in the aftermath and you go, what just happened? Because all your energy was fighting. And so that's what it was like for me. It was like all my energy was just trying to keep encouragement, like thinking through the next stages and praying, and it was warfare. And so I think afterwards, whereas I was excited, I was like, what happened? Because I had all these thoughts. Like, I never had a problem having a child. I didn't have any pregnancy issues. So I couldn't understand what happened with my body. Why did this happen to me? All the whys set up for purpose. And so I just really began to seek the face of God. And I say that to say Purpose Living was birthed. And I just remember telling God, I will never live a day the same. And what do I mean by that? I loved God. I went to church. I read my Bible. But if I be honest, like, I wasn't trying to deep dive in the word. I wasn't, morning and night meditating in the word. I'm just going to be honest. I wasn't getting sweet revelation from the Lord every other day. But y'all, I just remember getting to a point that I was like, I want deeper. And I'm still going with homeschool. This flows to my homeschool journey. I just remember wanting deeper. I was like, I don't want to be a babe in Christ. And what do I mean? I'll be honest. I went to church. I loved my pastor. I believe what my pastor said. I read the word, but I wasn't going home like not taking that word saying, speak to me, Lord, enlarge it in my heart. I just wasn't. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. And so I read my Bible, occasionally throughout the week. And I definitely listened to podcasts. I was not living no, honorary. That's not the word. I wasn't living a life contrary to the things of God, but I was in the safe zone. That's how I would label it. I was in the safe zone. And this was probably about 2017, 18. And I just remember, I don't know, y'all, I don't know any other way to say it, but to say when the Lord brings you through something like that, there's an attention. Like he had my attention. And I remember one day in my prayer closet just saying, Lord, I want to go deeper. I don't want anybody to spoon feed me the word. I want to know you for myself. I want to open up the Bible. I want to read all the lines. I want to know what you say about this. I remember during that season, God is my witness. All I kept saying was, I want to go deeper. I want to go deeper. I want to go deeper. And I would just weep. And I was like, Lord, I want the deep places in you. I don't want to stay on the sand anymore. I don't want to just, if I can see, I want to go deep. Now I'm just going to tell you. Side note, be careful what you be saying in prayer, because I went deep, all right. And I don't regret it. I will say that I don't regret it. But man, this ain't that video today. But I will say there was some tests and some things that God took me through. Right? I sometimes said I feel like I was on the backside of the mountain, but I just meant what I said. I didn't want the surface things. So that I share that part because that was really the birthing of me praying in a different way, fasting, me like really sitting quiet because his voice mattered to me. I would turn off the TV. I didn't watch TV sometimes for days. And I don't say that to give myself a high five. I say that to say when you really want to hear God and you really want to seek God, sometimes he's going to test, are you willing to turn off that Netflix? Are you willing to, if the friends say we're going out tonight and this is your time, are you willing to say, can't do it? And I went through those tests, but I wanted God. I wanted a different place in him. I didn't want just to be spoon-fed from a pastor. I wanted to know. I appreciated my pastor, but I wanted my own revelation. I wanted to hear God speak. And so I began to pursue him in a different way. Well, that led me to one day, I will never forget. And here's the other thing I want to say, just stay with me. Whenever God calls you to do something, right? Whenever he is that nudging, know that he's already equipped you for it. And I need to say that. I know we're speaking on homeschool, but that goes for everything. It's not like he calls you to something and then goes, oh my God, I need to put this in her because she ain't gonna know. No. Now he has to develop you for where you calling. It's like going to your job. I mean, if you get a role, I'm just saying as a CEO or director, obviously if they chose you for the position, there's something they see in you. You've been demonstrating, but that does not mean you know all things to the position. You've never been a director before. You or maybe you have, but you haven't led this a big of a team or whatever. So my point is there's always room for development, right? We're going to be developed throughout the position. So I say that to say, trust him. And I want to say to you now, as I go into when I got the call to homeschool, I will never forget, I was working my corporate job, and I am so serious. I remember literally where I was. I was coming from lunch. I always talk about how you're supposed to go. I know this is sad. You're supposed to go to the proper way to cross, with the light and all of that. I'm the one ducking cross the street with all the cars coming. Because I didn't want to walk to the end. So as I was walking across the street, God is my witness, I heard homeschool. And I shared that particular part because I almost got hit. Because I literally stopped in the middle of the street. Like, who said that? And the devil is a liar. You try to push it down. So then, of course, I got across the street and there's a slope that you walk up to get to our job. And I was walking up the slope. And I heard it again. And I literally had to stand and hold on the thing. Y'all, I'm not going to even lie. The fear, the overwhelmness, everything that hit me in that moment. It was like doubt, fear, tears. Say what you like. I feel like I was, and of course you're out amongst people, so I'm trying to hold it together. But I'm like wanting to have a whole conversation in the air with the Lord. Like, who go homeschool? I didn't pass math. Do you know how hard I fought for my grades? I'm not qualified. My husband ain't gonna allow me to do that. Did you? Like, it was all the things in that moment, right? And I just remember, like, literally, like, getting up to my desk, throwing my stuff down, finding a spot. I had these spots at my job, rooms that I could go to, bathroom. And I just remember for a moment, like, Lord, what? Like, I'm not qualified. Like, hold on. Who, me? And I just remember feeling so overwhelmed. Isn't that like us? It's like, now he ain't say go get kids out of school, but it's just like all the things. And that's the enemy. That's the enemy, that initial doubt, that initial fear, because we have to just, number one, know him to know that he's not going to throw us in the water. Sometimes I do be feeling like he throw us in the water, but he really not. And so I want to say to those of you that clicked, because that title might have piqued you, and maybe you have heard that nudging, you felt it, and instantly the doubt, right? Because here's what the enemy tries to do. He tries to put it all on us. What you don't have, where your lack is, like all the reasons why. Same way he did with Eve, right? She could eat everything. But it's like, girl, why you can't eat this? When you do this, you go, it's always that one thing. And I want to tell you that if God chose you, it's all the other great things. Why don't you think that your personality, your love for this, sometimes it's not about what you don't have, it's what God is going to do through you, right? And so I want to encourage you right now that I made this video for you because I want to tell you to just be open. Yes, ma'am.
Something was in my shoe, and it was hot, and it was gone.
Okay, so it's out of your shoe now?
Yes.
You feel better?
Yes.
All right, so you're going to go play?
Yes, and I look like I have something on my ear.
Okay, well, just wipe it off, okay?
I can't because
I get
it's
it.
this.
Where? Oh, okay, that's just a bump. We'll put something on it. This video is all right. So I want you to just be open, because most times when you're getting the nudging, I'm going to be very honest with you, that nudging is for you to draw to him. That nudging is for you to come to him. That nudging is for you to say, why am I being nudged? And sometimes God isn't requiring you to do anything yet. He's just asking you to come talk to him. And so I remember I'm not going to lie. Like, I was breathing through the bag, like hyperventilating. Listen, I had already went through all the things, told the Lord all the reasons why. And I just remember just that longing, like, but then I remembered, I said I wanted to go to the deep. And so I remember just simply saying to him, Lord, listen, and here's where I'm going with this. I'm going to say this too. Be honest. So I simply said to him, Lord, I don't want to homeschool. I don't think that's my lane. I'm not smart. Lord, because then we tell him all the reasons why, like Moses. But I said, Lord, I don't want to do it. I said, but if you see a reason why you're telling me to do it, I want you to know that my answer is yes. Just show me. Like, show me how to do it. In other words, I was open. Y'all, I'm not going to lie. I didn't see it. But I trusted God enough to know that if he was putting it on my heart, I wanted to pray and be open to what he was sharing with me. And so I would just encourage you to be open. He didn't ask you to start today. He didn't ask you to figure it all out. He didn't ask you to go take classes. He didn't ask you. It's not going to be all of that. And I want to build So I'm going to make you come back for the next video. I don't want to tell you all things yet, but what I want to just start you with is just be open. Just know that if he is, and that goes with anything, starting a business, volunteering, writing a book. A lot of times God nudges us, and sometimes when God puts things on our heart, it's not for the now, it's seasons. We have to remember that our life is in seasons, and so sometimes he's putting that thing hoping that you will come to him. Because sometimes it's just sitting at his feet to say, Lord, what does this mean? Is the time now? Are you wanting me to do this? And he will begin to show you. It might be that he just wants you to research. It might be that he just begins to allow you to pray. It might be that he has to begin to work on your heart and mind and how you see you, because you're telling him something that you can't do. And he said, girl, I built you for this. You don't even know that this lends to this and this lends to that, but we don't see on his level. So I just wanted to encourage those of you that click this video that said, girl, nah, I ain't built like that. And you better know you don't know who you talking to, because I didn't have patience. I'm not going to lie to you. I was not the greatest student. I wasn't bad. I was smart. It was just I didn't apply myself. Listen, I majored in, a social life. I was talking to everybody. But I did well. When my mama made me apply myself, I would get it. But I'm just saying some things didn't come easy for me. And so I felt like there's no way that I could teach them. But could it be that maybe why God is having you to homeschool is not even about you? It's about them. What if there's something in you that he knows as the parent you can get in them? What if their next connector to purpose is through this, is through a resource or through something that God is going to have you bridge them to? A lot of times I will share with you, this homeschool journey has been so much not about these kids and about me, about my faith, about my perseverance, about my undoing my thoughts and understanding and taking on the mindset of God, and me laying down at his feet to say, God, how do I make them better? You have a purpose for them. How do I get to join with you in helping bring out the purpose you have for their life? So I want to encourage you today. And this is how I'm going to end the video. For all you who are thinking, you're like, girl, I hear all of that and that sounds great, but you just don't know how I'm built. I don't, but he does. And so all I'm asking is that you remain open. And remaining open is just allowing him to communicate with you and you to communicate with him. Ask him. It doesn't require that you lie. It doesn't require you say, oh, yes, God, I submit. I want to do. No, I don't. But that conjunction. But God, I choose to embrace that if you are nudging me, I at least want to come and pray and give you the opportunity to show me what you see in me that I don't see. Why you think that I can do this even when I don't think. So in other words, I just want to encourage you to remain open. Just go talk to him. Just ask him why you're finding that nudging. Why is that thing stirring in you? And I guarantee you that when you come to him, he's going to answer. So I want to start there because that's how my journey started. And I will tell you 2.5 years in, I'm going to tell a little bit more of the story in part 2, that he built me for this. It is one of the best decisions I ever made. Cried a lot of tears. Don't always wake up feeling qualified. But I will tell you that I have not made it on this journey by myself. And so that's why I'm saying just talk to him. Because he's not when God brought it to me, it was simply for me to come to his feet. That's what he was waiting. He knew. He knew Latree. He said, oh, she going to be on there fasting and praying on this. I was like, don't want to eat anything. And so I want to encourage you that it just starts in being open. You know, when he put it on my heart, he wasn't requiring anything of me other than to talk to him. And so as I began to just pray, then God was showing me how he had steps. He wasn't requiring anything. But because I was open, the Lord began to do little things like tell me how to save. And on my corporate job, he had me putting certain funds away, and little did I know, I'm going to talk about that. There were people and resources that he literally had planted that I had no idea would all of a sudden activate a different season in my life. And so, but a lot of times we won't see these connectors if we just shut down. If we tell him what I never. Then he said, well, it ain't no sense of me showing you anything. There's no sense of me guiding you down a plane because you just told me already what you'll never. Don't do that to God. Embracing what he wants to do through you is one of the best decisions you will be. It will be one of the scariest decisions. It will not be easy. It will come with tears. But when I tell you, he will blow your mind. He will blow your mind. So don't shut down God's blessings by telling him what you will never do. Be open. Just be honest. God, I can't see it, but I'm willing. I want to sit at your feet. I want to hear where you want to do. Let him know how you feel. And then he's going to let you know how he feels. And he will surprise you as he will guide you on the best pathway and begin to unfold his plan before your eyes. So, to all my homeschool moms, you know I'm telling the truth. Y'all can sign off. But to those that are on the thing, like, girl, you know, I know y'all got, because I had, you know, you got that one eye like that eye. Be open. Be open and let God talk to you. Might not even be in this season. A lot of times when he drops things on us, he's preparing us. He's preparing us for the road ahead. But if we tell him what we never do, well, you ain't gonna get prepared. Because why would he reveal to you or share with you a blessed pathway that he has for you and your family when you've already told him what you won't do? But you do get to be open and honest with him, but embracing with an open heart and mind through prayer allows him to share and show you what he has in plan for you. So that's part 1. Woo! Look at me doing my first homeschool video. I'm out here homeschooling now. Listen, my son over here is waiting on me. He probably like, get off that camera and let's get to this math. And Miles is doing his independent practice. Olivia is doing soccer. So this is my life, y'all. But woo, video 1 down. Stay tuned because I'm going to tell you what's next in our next video. All right. Remain open. Never say never. Embrace what he wants to do for you. Might be something mighty awesome. Bye.